Welcome everybody to 90 Day Fiancé Fridays. As George is here and Heather just joined us, and others are gonna pile in. What's good?
What's up? So I think this was episode 7,
Hmm.
the other way. So we're 7 episodes in, which I was surprised at the number. But yeah, I watched it today, and
Hmm.
the thing that stood out to me, I guess, tonight was how I kind of dragged Dylan through like a massive mud landfill last week. So I guess what was weird to me today was when he picked up Pattiya at the airport tonight, he was
Hmm.
even older than he did last week. Was it just me? Was Did you feel the same way? Because I was like, why does he look even older now?
Yeah, I mean he looked raggedy and rugged.
He looked, yeah. I mean, okay, so in the moments, he like those videos that he records, he doesn't look as rough. Like it kind of looked like when he picked her up from the airport that he I don't know the best way to explain it. Like he didn't shower, he didn't shave, and he looked like he was in his 50s. Because the weirdest thing for me was when they were sitting next to each other recording their in the moments, and the age gap didn't look like it was on her side, it looked like it was on his side. And I was like, that's weird as hell to me. Like, and I can't figure it out. And I put on Twitter, I was like, we're gonna have to get like a birth certificate because now I need to know. I need to know if he's really 38, and if he is, what type of hard drugs was he on, because he looks really bad, right? Like, and no offense, he seems like a nice guy, but that's not the face of a 38-year-old.
Well, it seems like he gets off when you like talk about how old he looks because he clipped last week's episode and posted it on his story of you ranting and raving about how he looks, but he forgot to mention where it was from. So next time, attribute where the audio is coming from.
Yeah, yeah, you should at least say who was dragging you at that moment, but I don't know. I don't want to keep coming down on him about his age because we're not ageist over here on the podcast or anything, but tonight's episode made it work. I was watching tonight and I was like, well shit. Now he looks even older than last week. Like he aged like 10 years from the week before. And I'm like, now it's getting weird now. Now I don't know what to say about this anymore.
Yeah, did you see my meme I did of him? Instead of Crocodile Dundee, it was Crocodile Dummy.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that. I saw that. And we found out tonight he's a mama's boy.
Hmm.
So it's kind of like a Jenny and Sumit situation because the mom hates Patia because she thinks that she's financially irresponsible. Because I guess when they lived in Vegas, she got herself into a lot of debt, and he's preaching like this simple lifestyle. He keeps saying, "Oh, you got to get used to the simple life." So, is he like a broke stripper? Because usually strippers live very, you know, they spend a lot of money because they make a lot of money. They just pay in ones, but they have a lot of ones. So I was confused by that because I was like, why is he saying that she needs to come over here and start like living like she ain't got no money? Because I was like, does he not got no money?
Uh,
Like, is that the reason why it hasn't worked out this many times, because he's broke?
well, my question is he a broke stripper and a rich plumber, or a broke plumber and a rich stripper, or broke both of them?
I'm thinking maybe you broke both of them. Um,
Hmm.
I don't know. And I saw in the preview for next week they were going to be looking for furniture because apparently he didn't have any furniture in his house, which was also strange. That was also strange because I was like, well, her moving there is one thing, but you didn't have any furniture before. Usually, when you migrate into somebody's house, like you got to get rid of some stuff and make room for her stuff, or vice versa. But it's usually not. She comes to an empty house and you put furniture in it together. So what was he sitting on before she got there? Like I don't know. I've lots of questions. I'm sure we're gonna answer some more of these questions as we go along, but the mom thing caught me off guard because I didn't realize that you could be a mama's boy and be a stripper. And because my mom would have a huge issue with that. So I was just like, I wish I had his mom because she's a super cool mom. Because, my mom would be like, you can't be dancing on a pole, like that's not cool. So the fact that his mom is totally fine with it and still, shows up at his house unannounced 5 or 10 times a week, that's a cool relationship to have.
True, or I mean, we don't know if it's a storyline too. They could be playing it up, the mama's boy thing. Who knows?
I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. It could be, yeah, it could be like because they're working the Jenny and Sumit storyline because the mom, I guess, wants grandkids, and obviously Pattiya can't give her
Mhm.
or Dylan grandkids, so they're playing the age thing, which I think is really ironic because he look old too. But they're playing the age thing on her, and saying that she's financially irresponsible and she can't have kids. So basically saying he can do better.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Jenny and Sumit storyline.
Like speaking of the Jenny and Smith thing, like, did you see? It wasn't like based on tonight's episode or whatever, but like I posted, it was like I posted a thing on my Instagram of like it was like the clickbait, Facebook clickbait, where it was like Jenny's pregnant with Summit's baby, and then my heading was like, oh my God, this clickbait is ridiculous. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Like the crazy part is I literally posted that on my page and literally did a giant heading that says, "Oh my God, this clickbait is ridiculous," and people in the comments are like believing it that it's true.
Well, even know where to start with that because I don't know if people know how anatomy works, or I don't know if people
Biology or
know.
whatever.
Yeah, biology. I don't know if they know, but it's impossible. But I have noticed that on Facebook anything is possible.
Mhm.
I've seen cast members die on Facebook. Literally, they're dead, and then they're still on the show. They're alive, and people will believe almost anything that they see on Facebook. That's kind of how I decided to not go on Facebook anymore because I just can't be amongst the ignorance.
But I'm just flabbergasted because I'm literally like saying, "Hey, this is clickbait," and then people are like, "Oh my God, I can't. I sent this to my friend or something. I can't believe Jenny's pregnant." And I'm like, "What the fuck? Can you not read this? I mean, it's like in giant letters that this is clickbait."
Well, even missing that, who the fuck thinks that Jenny can get pregnant? No offense, Jenny's an amazing person and I love her. She's so nice, but those days are gone. Unfortunately, the way human science works, unfortunately, she's not going to be giving birth to any kids. And anybody with any type of comment, I think even Matt from Matt and Jasmine probably knows that, and he doesn't know a lot. He doesn't know a lot, but I think even he knows that there's a past an age that women can't have kids no more. So it's scary that we live in a world where you literally can put something out there for people to see and read and they just don't read it. It's really scary.
Yeah, it really is. I'm like, it freaks me out. Like, no wonder how easy it is to like sway people politically, etc.
Well, yeah, it's almost like you got to babysit people nowadays. It's like because they're so gullible and easily convinced. Like you have to literally babysit people and make sure that they don't listen to anything. Like, but it's exhausting. I can't think for everybody, right? Like it's too fucking exhausting for me to think for everybody.
True. And then, so what did you think of the whole like poop yoga?
Yeah, I didn't know about poop yoga. I mean, I've heard of lots of different variations of yoga, but I do know that in the Indian culture, there's like a natural remedy for everything. I have heard that. Like they don't really go to the hospital. Like they have some nasty concoction that they'll make and you drink it and it'll make you better. So I thought it was funny that, Submit's mom was like, "Oh, Jenny's put on weight. She needs to lose weight. She can't be old and fat." Like she gotta be skinny, so I thought it was kind of funny. But I did notice that Gigi
Mhm.
had put on a little weight since the last time we saw her, but I didn't want to say anything because, I love Jenny, but I did notice that she got a little pudgy in the hippie area. So, you know,
Mhm.
but I didn't understand the poop yoga. So they drank the poop juice and then they went to do yoga. It seemed really dangerous. Cause I was like, well, what if you're like in a weird position and the poop juice starts working and you just shit yourself? Right? Because I was like, I don't know. It seems like a really dangerous thing to do. I feel like you should do the yoga, then drink the poop juice after, because once shit starts flowing, it's flowing. So it was kind of scary for me at first.
By the way, I just like chat GPT'd where I wanted to see if it's like if they just made the shit up for the show, if it's a big fad or something in India. So I looked up like right now, I looked up like what is poop yoga in India, and it says I couldn't locate credible evidence of a practice called poop yoga in India in India as an officially recognized yoga style. Uh, what I found instead relates to yoga poses that support bowel movement and relieve constipation. Perhaps this is what you're being referred to. Um, Let's see. I'm jumping ahead. There are yoga practices in India aimed at helping you poop better and relieve constipation, possibly informally called poop yoga by some, but it isn't a formal yoga tradition by that name. So I'm thinking like this is just like they just did this shit for the show.
Oh, well, that's annoying. I mean, probably though. I mean, you never know with the show anymore. You don't know what's a storyline and what's not. And I mean, usually you can figure it out, but
Mm.
unfortunately, yeah, it's hard to know what's real and what's not anymore.
Yeah, this seems like more of like a Johnny Knoxville kind of yoga versus like some real shit.
Yeah, which it was gross either way
Mhm.
because I was just like, I don't want to watch this because I'm scared they're gonna poop themselves and I don't want to watch it.
Do you know about Bikram yoga?
No, I mean, I don't know anything about yoga. I know that you can do it with goats. Like, I've never actually physically done yoga before, so I don't know a lot about it.
Oh, I've done like, have you heard of like, I don't do it anymore, but have you heard of Nintendo Wii Fit yoga?
No, but I did play. I was part of the We Fit movement. I did do that back in the day, but I didn't know that there was like a yoga version of it.
Yeah, there was, not to bore people, but there was like Wii Fit yoga where, but you had to buy like a board, like a physical board or whatever, and then you stand on top of it, and then on the screen has like yoga exercises. You like balance on the board and shit like that. So it was pretty, it was legit in terms of like you actually, it was really, it actually like took physical strenuous ability to do it.
Yeah, I think the We Fit thing was like it was legitimate exercise, right? I'm pretty sure that it was backed that it was legitimate exercise. It wasn't like a lot of people were like, it's not exercise, it's a video game, but no, you were legitimately exercising.
Hmm. So let's see. I was just looking up like Bikram yoga. Wasn't there, and I think there, no, that's a whole nother like subject, but the guy who, let me look something up because I think the guy, oh yeah, here it is. There's a controversy around the guy, like the guy Bikram Chowdhury guy. He in 2010 he faced multiple lawsuits alleging sexual assault, discrimination, and harassment, which led to a major decline in the brand's reputation. Many studios rebranded as Hot Yoga or 26 and 2 Yoga to distance themselves from his name while continuing the same sequence and temperature.
Oh,
So,
I've heard of hot yoga. I
mhm.
I've heard of that. So yeah, that is yeah. I guess they didn't want to be associated with whatever he was doing or
Yes, because
allegedly doing. I don't know that guy.
true, yeah, allegedly, yeah, in the room. So I guess they heated up to 105 degrees.
Oh shit, that's like a sauna. Oh, I mean,
40% humidity, and it loosens the muscles. It helps flush toxins through sweating, and it recreates the warmth of India's climate.
oh, is it that hot there? No, that's
The problem is when you're in a room full of like, it's one thing if it's just you and the instructor. When you're in a room full of fucking sweaty people at 105 degrees, everyone's stinking up. Everyone's all sweaty and smelling up the whole place.
yeah, that's a no from me. Yeah, I definitely don't want to be around a bunch of funky, sweaty people. Because isn't yoga the thing where people fart all the time? Like that's already too much for me. So yeah, the funk would be a lot.
Depends if you do the downward dog in someone's face. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a no from me. It's a no. Oh, so Madeleine and Luke, I don't know if this is legit, but it kind of seemed like they broke up tonight. She basically said it wasn't working and told him to kick rocks or whatever. So I'm pretty sure they didn't, but it kind of was looking in that direction because she was pissed about
Hmm.
the stripper situation, which is kind of funny because when he found out that she was topless with some dude in her bed, he was really cool about it. Right? Like he was really cool about it. No fighting, no cake in the face, no drink in the face, not even screaming. So the way that it's a double standard with her is kind of wild because I was like, you was naked with some dude and there's witnesses. Like people saw you. Like more than one person saw you. And then she's like saying, oh, well, the stripper touched you, so I can't be with you anymore. And it's like the double standard is kind of out of control at this point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they're still together to this day. They're all dandy because why stop the gravy train?
I mean, yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Do you know if he's on IG or if you follow him? Because I heard that he's back in the U.S.
I don't really follow him on Instagram, but
I don't either. I don't either. But I heard that he's back in the U.S. And I think I saw him with a couple of cast members recently.
mm,
Like, so if They are still together. It looks like he's back here in the United States. So maybe she's in the United States too. Because the other way is it's not a real show. They're gonna come over here. So maybe, they're over here filming for another season or something. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. Did you see the tell all like 3 second clip?
Oh yeah, I did. It was where Andre said something about the text messages and
Mhm.
I think Lauren told him to shut the F up or something. They only give us like 3 second clips, which I think is really weird because we're 2 weeks away.
Mhm.
Like, why can't we get a 30-second clip? Typically, we get like a 20 to 30-second clip. Like, what are they hiding?
Yeah, I don't know, but I can confirm that Sean Robinson is the host of that tell all.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I knew. I knew, unfortunately. And I think we've already discussed with everybody that Adnan and Tiger Puff will not be at the tell-all. They were physically present
Oh, well,
at the taping.
I have an addendum to that.
What do you have?
My T says they were on the video screen, so that may make it easier to edit them out.
So wait, they weren't physically there? I heard that they were physically there.
My T says no, they were not physically there.
Why not?
I don't know, but they were on the video screen.
Okay,
A
okay.
lot easier to cut it out if they're on the
Edit
video
it
screen.
out makes sense, kind of.
Interesting. Well, yeah, I was told that they filmed the tell all, but it won't be aired where they're on it. So that doesn't mean that they weren't physically there. It just means that they were a part of the taping. So it could have been on a TV screen. But I want to know why they weren't on the TV screen because we know that they were fired from the network. Like we know that, and I think everyone knows why. You know why, right? It's not what I initially told you. Actually, it was based on some comments that Adnan made regarding certain types of people.
But that's a more recent thing, no?
Yeah, it had to do with something. Did you notice that they were discussing Hitler?
Yeah, but I'm saying all that happened
Yeah.
after that we had already said that they were off a show. Which is,
Well, remember what I told you at first?
yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
first thing that happened. And
Hmm.
then this was another thing that happened, which they decided to cut all ties. So it was like a ripple effect.
Hmm.
So when they decided to, I don't really want to get too much into it, but say for instance, each person that films the show gets paid. So say for instance, say two of them, Adnan and Tiger Lily, were filming the show and they were expecting to get paid. And then say for instance, a third person entered, um, maybe in the form of a small person. And then let's say for instance, they demanded that that small person also be paid. And then the network doesn't do that. So that was like a contract dispute. And
Hmm.
then that's where things started to get rocky.
Hmm.
And then when they started making these very, I guess, they consider to be very offensive, horrible comments online, that's when it was a decision was made to completely cut ties with him, period. As in, like, you will never see them again. There'll never be like a clip of them ever again. You won't see flashback video of their season. Like nothing will ever. It's almost like they were never on the franchise.
Okay, yeah, they're getting the Elena or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, the Alina treatment.
Lena treatment.
Yeah. Hopefully soon I can get a little more in detail with everybody. Like I think I told you guys what specifically happened, but there's a lot more detail to it and there's a lot more like individual situations that led up to this, but I can't really talk about all of that right now. But as of um I don't want to say when, but they were let go and their contract was considered null and void. And since that happened, they're not going to be paid for this season. The way your contract, the way your contract works
Hmm.
is you're paid after the tell-all is completed and aired. So they filmed the season and they're not going to receive any money due to a violation of their contract.
A breach of contract.
Correct. Correct.
Because of the crazy shit. I know what I'm saying.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, so they were considered the contract is considered null and void.
Mm.
And they have and the network has no um no
ties or affiliation to them, and they've cut all ties with them, basically,
right.
is what you're trying to say.
Right, and they have no actual accountability to having to air any footage. Like there's clauses in there that says if you violate certain things, they don't have to air it, they don't have to pay you, they don't have to do. So they're exercising those clauses at this point.
Okay. True. All right. Well, the people were wondering about them, so there's your tea that y'all were waiting for.
Yeah, that's most of it. But as I said, as we go on, as things become more available, I'm gonna give everybody exactly what happened. And things got really crazy. And I can't wait to tell you exactly what took place at their house. But we were not there yet. I can't get into that yet. But as time goes on, I'm gonna give you a piece by piece of exactly how they ended up on the outs. And I think you guys are gonna understand why the network made that decision when you know everything.
Yeah, it's like a three-layer cake.
Yeah, and we're literally on layer one. Like we're not even close to ice in this cake yet. We have so much more information to give you. It's just
It's like a tiramisu, except a tiramisu tastes better.
Isn't it
yeah,
tiramisu or something?
tiramisu. Yeah, I've never heard it called a tiramisu before. That's interesting. Yeah, I call it a tiramisu.
True. Anything else?
So, wait, we were talking about Luke and Madeleine. Oh yeah, I think we were done with that though because it kind of act like they were breaking up, but we don't know. So Chloe and Johnny were back on tonight, mostly Chloe though, and Chloe let Johnny convince her to turn off the location on his phone. And we've had this conversation like 100,000 times, right? Because remember, Gino and Jasmine had the location on. We've so many different cast members go through this. I need the location on situation. I think Gina, when we talked about it before, you said that you don't want to use the location, right? Because you just want to trust the person that you're with. I think that's what you said, right?
Yeah, because obviously, if I have to turn on your location and know where your whereabouts are, even if you go to the toilet, we've got a problem.
Mhm.
See,
And like, I'm obviously going to be then I'm the insecure person, right? I'm going to know your whereabouts more or less, and your movement. I don't need no tracking device because I will just know, because whole relationship is based on trust. If there's no, obviously she doesn't trust him.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. If you can't trust that they're gonna be where they say they're gonna be, there's no relationship. You're basically dating somebody that can't commit to you. And the fact that she has a spot that she goes to spy on him
Mhm.
That's crazy.
the first, second, or third time, she knows exactly where to go to see him at work at any given time during the day. That's not a relationship. And it's like if that's a relationship, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't need to spend my day chasing after you to make sure you're not cheating on me. If you can't respect me and not cheat on me and I don't know, the idea that he wanted her to turn the location off was suspect to me because I was like, well, now that she's physically close enough to track you down, now you don't want her to. When she was all the way in, where was she at? Massachusetts, it was impossible for her to show up on you. So it was fine for you to have the location on because there's no way for her to actually catch you. But now that she could actually get in her car and go to your location, now you don't want her to have it. That's a suspect request for me.
By the way, did you see like when they're showing clips of him, on the boat doing his like acrobatics and shit, and he's way up high doing like crunches and shit all up in the air. And then remember we had the conversation of like where like how many like if we were trying to figure out like can he get like hot chicks and this, that, and other, is he a hot guy? And I was like, well, if he's the grand poobah of like that boat doing the most tricks, the head guy, then all the chicks are gonna be like drenched for him. And he was definitely doing like all the craziest shit on that boat on tonight's episode.
Yeah, and he definitely, the shorts that he was wearing didn't need to be that small.
Mhm.
I was like, now I get. You remember when she said something like this, the same as me working in a strip club, and I tried to tear her down, and I was like, no, it's not. The shorts that he was wearing they did not need to be that small. Like he could
It's like the song, "Who wears short shorts?"
yeah, I was like, now I kind of understand what she was saying because I was like, he basically is wearing underwear and jumping up in the air around all these drunk girls, and I was like, I kind of got what she was trying to say earlier in the week. Or in the season, I dragged her. I was like, no, it's not the same thing, bro. It's not the same. But the way that he was acrobating in the air and doing his little shit around, up above the girls' heads with his legs all in the air, I was like, no, I kind of see it, right? Like the only thing was he was on a rope, but the rope was the stripper pole. Right? Like I kind of
Yeah.
saw it and I was like, damn, my bad, Chloe. I called you out for no reason. That basically was him on a stripper pole, but the stripper pole was a rope.
Basically, yeah, the same way a stripper female like gyrates in a guy's face, he was doing the same shit.
Yeah, he was, right? So I was like, damn, I went after Chloe for no reason. She actually was telling the truth, and I dragged her ass for no reason. I saw it today though. I was like, now I understand what she was trying to say. She's like, you out here in basically like skin tight underwear doing acrobatics over girls' heads with your legs in the air. Like I get it. That is something that I would have an issue with, but my only issue is she knew about it ahead of time, and that's how she met him, and that's what caught her attention of him. So it's like you can't go to the strip club, meet a stripper, and then tell her she can't strip no more. And it's the same with him. You can't meet him on the pirate ship, like him because he's on the pirate ship, and then tell him he can't be on the pirate ship anymore. I don't support that.
True, but overall though, this wasn't a Tom Cruise episode.
No, nothing really happened. No, I mean we got more of Manon and Anthony
Mhm.
and Gina. Did you catch my tweet? Because Anthony was like, "I want to get a job, like a regular full time job," and I was like, "Oh, now I know this is all bullshit." Because Gina did some digging, and in order to become a citizen and work in the UK, no, wait, where are they at? Gina, is it
France.
no in France? You have to be married for 4 years. You have to establish residency in France for a certain amount of years. So there's no way within the next 2 or 3 years he would be allowed to work. So now I know that this is bullshit and it's a storyline because he's like, oh, I would like to look for a job. And I was like, now I know you're lying because it's legal for you to look for a job. First of all, y'all haven't been married long enough. You haven't been living there long enough. They have very strict requirements for you to get a work visa over there. And he doesn't meet any of those requirements. So I know this is all BS.
Yeah, and I think well, we learned last Friday on this podcast that Josh, he after Chick-fil-A, I think he might have found a job in security type shit, like a security guard job. So I think this guy in France is trying to find the same line of work.
Yeah, I guess he has work as a security guard or well,
Mhm.
as a security. I don't know what. I don't
I think he was the security guard for the Louvre.
Huh, yeah, right. And then and the new heist that happened in 7 minutes.
I don't know if George is abreast of that news though.
I don't get it. What's that?
You know, like the Louvre, for the museum.
Where the Mona Lisa is
Yeah, it got robbed like today or yesterday or something.
Wait,
yesterday.
what? Did they steal the Mona Lisa?
No, but they took jewels
No,
and shit. Like,
like crown jewels.
But how? That's like, isn't that like where do they keep that? The Smithsonian? Like, isn't that like a very
yeah,
secure?
Yeah,
it's
they did it with the ladder. With the ladder,
like construction workers and they had like chainsaws or some shit, and they're cutting through cases and shit. I don't know.
What?
they were cutting through like they had glass cutters and they went up the ladder.
Hmm.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So
I
yeah,
was saying Manon's husband was a security guard.
yeah, that's definitely something that would happen on his shift. I definitely agree with that. I feel like he probably played video games on the security TV where he would like hook up his PS5 to the security screens and was playing video games. I feel like that's definitely the type of guy he is.
Yeah, true. Did you like my meme on Facebook of like Summit and Jenny doing what's it called?
Poop yoga.
And then they're grabbing their stomachs.
Yeah, that scene made me kind of sick. They're gonna poop themselves, and I don't want to witness it.
Yeah.
So I was kind of looking away. I didn't really want to watch it.
Mhm. True. All right. Well, I think we hit all the bases. It wasn't like that exciting of episode, so I think we did our due diligence.
Yeah, we took one for the team. We definitely we took what we were given and we worked with it. Right? We worked with what we had.
Mm. Oh, and then if you're in our Patreon, there's a photo of S. Scott that a cast member snapped. I don't want to say which cast member, but a cast member friend of mine saw another cast member, which is S. Scott. So a cast member took a picture of S. Scott in Florida and sent it to me. And if you want to see the photo, go join our Patreon.
Yeah. So the what's crazy is they neither he didn't see the cast member
Hmm.
because they were at the same place. So yeah, it was really interesting. So yeah, if you want to see S. Scott minding his own business at this What was it? Like a
It's kind of like I don't know what it's where you go kayaking, and I guess there's like a body of water there. I don't know.
yeah, and another cast member, Small World, sees him, takes a picture of him, and they don't notice each other. So well, he doesn't notice the cast member. I shouldn't say that. Obviously, the other person noticed the other person, but
And
right.
then the cast member sends it to me. So yeah, all roads lead back to me. So mind your P's and Q's.
Well, yeah, you never know who's watching, right? You never know who's gonna see what you're doing. That's kind of how we figured out that Jasmine was pregnant, right? She was walking down the street with Cocco, super pregnant, and somebody saw her and sent you the info. Yeah, you never know who's watching.
Mhm. And then the other thing I'll say is like if we reach out to a cast member and say, hey, can you record like a little audio drop intro for our podcast? You should probably say yes, because then we'll be a lot more loving toward you.
Oh, yeah, somebody too high and mighty to record an audio drop. Are we saying who or are we not saying who?
No.
Oh, okay, yeah. Somebody decided that they did not want to record an audio drop after they went and posted the podcast on their own story. So yeah, Joe, if you want to be a friend of the show, it's better than being an enemy of the show. I'll just put it like that.
True. So I think we hit all the bases. I guess we should end it there, short and sweet, even though I think I said we did at least like 30 minutes. So yeah, I think we did a very well-rounded show.
Yeah, we did what we could with what we had. With what we had.
True. All right.
We're not working with much here.
Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna do my outro unless you want to say anything else before I end it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you everyone for listening to 90 Day Fiance Fridays
On a Monday.
Monday.
Peace out.
Peace out, everybody.
Good night.